Hello again. Let's continue. We were looking at this Wikipedia page and we had these two reports here which related to the methods, where you can see the citations there, number 2, number 2, number 2, number 2, and number 1. So let's actually click on these. So right click and open new tab. Opening a new tab. What do we get? What's this? The Council of Europe Committee of Ministers, and it's a recommendation, and it's about the rehabilitation of convicted persons. Now, this isn't very academic. It's obviously very official, but it's not very academic. So let's just quickly look at what it says. Criminal records, criminal proceedings, protection of information with regard to rehabilitation. So this is suggesting that all criminals go through some rehabilitation earlier rather than later, and related to that is that they are integrated back into society. Okay. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, there's nothing there. There's no useful stuff there. Let's just go back to Wikipedia again, and instead of clicking on it, I'm going to just copy that and paste it in and see what comes up there. So Claire Ovey, she's the author. And, there we are, Claire Ovey. So she's from the Registry of the European Court of Human Rights. And this is a report about prisoners' human rights. So again, it's not very academic in nature, but obviously very official. So I suppose I could use this, and it tells me here a few things that may be useful. Successful rehabilitation, maintain ties with the outside world, so I guess that means being able to see family and friends, so he or she is not isolated and excluded, so the right to a family life. Anything else? That's all about family visits. There we go. The possibility to learn new skills to assist them with their working life. Okay. And there's some, it looks like some case law here as well. So there's a couple of bits there that might be useful. So yes, if I go back to my Word document, I will keep those in. And I've got my couple of bits there. So let's look back at my general search again and see what else might be useful. Let's have a look at prison rehabilitation in politics.co.uk. Just as an aside, I would always recommend that you right-click and open in new tab. Okay, so what we've got here. Obviously, I'm not going to use this as my source, but it gives me a little bit of easy information. In the past, rehabilitation may have been directed at reforming the character of prisoners. It is now on preventing reoffending, so I might put that into my document. So this is from politics.co.uk, and there's a bit of information there. I'll copy the hyperlink and pop that in as well, and then I can find it very easily. Anything else here? Some background. techniques, educational and vocational training, using skills, psychological rehabilitation, drug addiction. Okay, that's rehabilitation as well. So rehabilitation can cover a number of different things to help the prisoner. Controversies. Why is it controversial? That's the point I made in my notes at the start, that modern life behind bars is soft. It's not harsh enough. So let's just put that in. I may use that, I may not. Okay, so that's fine. I'll draw a line under that, and we'll very quickly look at another one there. This is from Science Direct, so it's sort of academic sort of article. Imprisonment as offenders' assessment of why it does not work. Ooh, okay. So I've got the abstract only, but I should be able to get some information from here. Decreased. 36 prisoners were asked about punishment at prison. Interviewed. 2/3 of prisoners. Imprisonment would have any deterrent effect. Prisons are criminal. 9 out of 10 respondents that prisons are criminal institutions. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Let's copy that. Whoa. So copy that into my Word document. Ta-da! And then I need to put where it is from. So I will copy that lot. And then if necessary, I can go and find the original article in the university library. What does that say? Author links, open overlay, Arnold, Costa. Okay, so there's the author. So, what does that tell me? What does this help me on from my questions from earlier? It gives me some ideas on that one, but it's saying that it doesn't. So that article doesn't actually help my argument, which is interesting. So I've got there an opposing argument that prisons are universities of crime. So I have evidence for that. Perhaps I could pass that article on to the people who are doing the other side of that topic. So that's a basic Google search. I had before the Scholar search, but what I'd prefer to do is to take my ideas from Wikipedia and from these, and look at how these come up in a Google Scholar search. So, educational and vocational training. Education and vocational training for prisoners. Let's see what comes up there. So that's a little bit old, 1974. Corrections-based education work programs for adult offenders. That looks useful, so I'll just open that in a new tab and see what happens. Sometimes these can take a little bit of time just to load. More than a little bit of time. Let's carry on looking down here. Youth in prisons. So if my question was targeted about young people, then I could look at that. The education of adult prisoners. Ooh, look at that, 1931. So that's pretty old. This might be interesting. Have a look at that. So there we are. I've got the Journal of Research in Crime and Delinquency. Corrections-based education, vocation and work programs, major rehabilitative components of our correctional system. Raised doubt about the effectiveness. There we go. Program participants recidivate at a lower rate than non-participants. Recidivate means reoffend, basically. So, so this is actually quite critical of these studies, but probably better not use that one then, because it's critical of the results. Let's have a look at this one, the impact of career and technical education programs. Preview abstract. There we are. So this is a American study, West Virginia. Okay, I've got some statistics there. So reoffending rate at 8.75 if they did a vocational course. 6.75 if they did vocational and GED. What's GED? Not quite sure. And non-educational participants, 26%. So the evidence here is that programs do work. So let's just put this on my list of sources. So again, I'll just draw a line under that. And this is an academic sources. Copy that in there, just tidy that up. And that's telling me that there are statistics on how skills programs do work. So I've moved from my general ideas into now more academic sources that I could use to cite the opinions of others. So there we are. Thank you.